What up, people? Blaze here, Blue Chip Athletic Club, to talk to you about a little bit mobility. We're going to work lower half here. There's a couple of pieces of equipment that are going to be required for this. If you've got access to a tib bar, I definitely recommend using one of those. But if for some reason you don't have access to one of those pieces of equipment, you can substitute out a kettlebell, and you're going to need a bench kind of up around you. So we're going to get into it. Each move you'll do for 45 seconds on, you'll take 15 seconds off, and you're going to go through 3 times. So first move is going to be a tib raise. A couple different ways you can do this. I'm going to show with the tib bar, I'm going to show with a kettlebell, and then I'm going to show if you have access to none of those things. So first things first, if you have a tib bar, this is probably the best piece of equipment to do this movement on. So you'll load up your plates however you need to. You're going to sit on a bench. I'm going to throw my feet into the bar, and actually just probably scoot, pick it up over here, scoot this out, flip it on up. The whole goal of this movement here is to work the front side of your shin. So your tibialis muscle here, and I'm basically letting the weight pull my ankles down as far as I can. I'm controlling on the way back down and then flexing my toes out towards my chest. So I'm working through full range of motion. You go for all 45 seconds on. If you don't have access to the tib bar, you can also do this movement. Let me set this down real fast with a kettlebell. Now, this kettlebell is a little bit heavy for this, but I'm going to show you anyway. What you'll do is you'll basically throw your foot through the handle of the kettlebell. So I'm going to go like this, scoot back on my bench. I'm going to throw my right leg up first. My left leg's going to be planted on the side. I'm going to throw the handle of the kettlebell up and around my foot, and now I'm going to let the same action occur. I'm a little bit too close. So now I'm going to let the kettlebell is going to pull my foot down, and now I'm going to contract, pull up here. Sometimes this can be uncomfortable on your toes. I feel a little bit of discomfort here just from kind of the pressure of the handle. But you can work through this full range of motion here. Ooh, you got to be careful. The weight wants to kind of sail away on you, inside or outside. So I'll do my right foot, and then just because I like symmetry, I'll do a couple reps here on my left. So again, my leg really, really controlled flex. What I don't want is I don't want a lot of room under your knees. So if your knee's doing one of these numbers right here and you're pulling up, it's not quite as good as a movement as if you're forcing your knee down into the bench. So I'm going to come all the way up. Oh, baby. And I'm going to get a couple. Again, not super comfortable on the toes with this particular kettlebell. You can play with the weight. You can also play with the type of bell to make it a little bit easier or more difficult for you. And last move here for the tibialis raise that you can do, you'll find yourself some sort of a wall. I'm going to use this trusty toolbox here. All you're going to do is put a little bit of pressure. Let me stand right here. I think it'll be best. All you're going to do is put a little bit of pressure onto that wall, and you're going to pick your toes up like so. Now, the key is to move your feet either closer or further from the wall to make the move either easier or more difficult. So if it's too tough for you, if you scoot closer to the wall, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to pick up your toes. If it's too easy, you take a couple steps away from the wall, and now you're going to have to pick up more of your weight fighting you to be able to pick your toes up. Now, again, work 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Next move we're going to get into is the world's greatest stretch. This is an awesome hip opener. Love this move. So you'll come down into your up plank position. I'm going to shoot my left leg up by my left hand. And now I'm going to do a little bit of discovery. So maybe my back hip flexor is tight. Maybe my front legs are tight. Basically what I like to do is I like to floss between kind of being in this position where you can either frame your front foot, left hand on the left side, right hand on the right side, and you can kind of floss between. I like to get a little bit of a straightening move. Sometimes I'll pull my toe up and I'll floss down. I like to plant my right hand, let my toes shoot off to the left side, and then I drop my hips from that upper position down, and you get a nice outer glute stretch. And I kind of just like to floss between all of these positions, giving myself the love that my hips kind of need for that specific day or time. So you'll work for that full minute, or excuse me, 45 seconds on, then we'll switch sides. Feel free if you want, you can just combine the set, make it a minute and a half, and then you can kind of alternate side to side. That's okay too. So I'll be here, now right foot by the right hand, and again, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a, ooh baby, straight in, pick up the toe. Now I'm gonna twist, drop the hips down, and I'm just gonna kind of work whatever is feeling tight. You can sit up and kind of press up too if you want, and kind of work through whatever positions you kind of need. So after that, you'll take 15 seconds of rest. You're gonna move into a knee 90s kind of variant. What I want you to do is you'll sit on your butt. My legs are gonna be out kind of in front of me, and I'm gonna throw them into, again, 190-degree position here, 190-degree position here. I'm gonna pop up off the ground. I'm gonna come slow down to the ground, and then I'm just gonna flip my legs around, switch sides, pop up, slow on the way down, and I'm just gonna flip my legs. Notice how there's a couple different ways you can do these. You can plant your hands behind you, drop your knees, pop up one side, and then same thing. You can keep your butt basically planted through. Notice how I'm like facing away from you now. But the variant I want you to try is where your legs are what's gonna be shifting side to side. So I'm gonna be here, pop up, and now notice how I'm facing the same way, and I move my legs, and then I pop up here. You'll work through, oh baby, starting to get out of breath. Mobility isn't easy. You'll work through 45 seconds on. You'll take 15 seconds of rest. Next one, you're gonna need to get nice and close to your bench, and we're gonna work through a little bit of ankle mobility. So big keys with this is that you want a bench that you can kind of grab on either side. It's super important because you can't really get a lot of downward pressure if it's like a solid structure. So notice how I've got a bench here that I can kind of grab my hands around on either side. Next thing you want to do is you want to put your weight all on top of that one leg that's up on the bench. So I've got my right foot up on the bench, my left leg's kind of dangling off the back. I'm gonna grab on each side of my foot, and now I'm gonna pull my chest, pull all my body weight down as hard as I can up over this leg. You should feel a nice good stretch across the back of your foot, or excuse me, back of your calf, all the way down towards like kind of your soleus, and then it'll even kind of work some of that tib that we did before. So I'm gonna go pull, 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 pull. I'll take 2-3 seconds, and then I'm gonna rest it. What I like to do is I like to kind of extend my leg, let the stress come off of the muscle before I kind of floss again. Pull, 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 oh baby. And then I'm gonna kind of let it come off. Sometimes I'll even pick the toe up. And then I'm gonna pull, 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 oh, and then work. And then I'm gonna switch sides. So now my left foot comes up on the bench. Again, all my weight up over that front foot, really, really hard. Pull down on the bench. Oh, big pull. Oh, and now I'm gonna floss back, pick up my foot. Oh, big pull, little floss, big pull, little floss. Oh, baby. All right, opening up the ankles. Last one, where after we do 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, both sides on the bench, we're gonna be working through our last move, which is gonna be a split squat. We're basically just gonna bring our heels up off the floor and work that soleus. So my left foot is forward, my right foot is back. I'm gonna come down into this kind of split squat style of stance. All I'm gonna do now is pick up my heels, and we'll work here for the full working set. Now, let's just say 45 seconds down here is a really long time. So it's okay if you kind of do a couple reps and you kind of come up, shake your legs out, and then go back down. Then you can pop back into it and then pick up and then plant and let yourself kind of work through that full set on the right and the left side. Again, you'll work through 2 more rounds, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Let me know how you guys do, and we'll see you in the next video. Whoop, whoop. Peace.